Hi everyone, good afternoon. It's Aaron here, founder and CEO of 28 Games. It's 12:21 on Friday. It's already Friday, TGIF. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Um, as to how things been going right now, it's kind of up and down, back and forth. My mother had a few tough days. She's working right now. She's working at the Taylor home. That's where she works. She works the two divisions, and yeah, the last few days were a little rough with her. This morning was rough with her. She went through her psychosis, manic episode. She does that. Not to say that I've accepted it, because I definitely don't accept it. I don't like it. We went grocery shopping a few days ago and had a big blowout. By the way, I do apologize for the lack of journal entries. I'll kind of explain that in a moment. But a few days ago, it was actually, it was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. We went grocery shopping and, got everything that we needed. And she just kind of had an emotional meltdown, and we had it out back here at the house, and it wasn't pretty at all. Got me very, very stressful. Obviously, she doesn't mean to say the things that she does. She's mentally ill. I worry about her every single day, and she's pushing up to 56. She's going to be 56 one month after I'm 35. Next year, excuse me, in February. So, she's starting to get arthritis in her back and everything like that. I just try to comfort her in, what way I can. But yeah, this is very, very well known for those of you who followed me for a very long time. That's how my mother acts. She's mentally ill. She refuses medication, therapy. She thinks she doesn't need it because she's talking to God all the time, which is also known as disembodied voice, which is also known as mental illness. It's the bottom line. That's what it is. When you're talking to someone like that, a disembodied voice, it's not an actual person. You're talking to yourself, and that's most people construe that as mental illness. So, as for the fact that me not doing most of the journal entries, which you probably noticed, well, I guess it boils down to this. Everyone's struggling, everyone needs a little help. I discovered this content creator by the name of Sophie Rain. A lot of people know her. Her real name is Isabella Blair. She's getting some controversy and stuff going on. I guess I blown the idea. She was saying, a few days ago, 4 days ago, she's saying, I'm going to help people out during the government shutdown, which obviously the government has been reopened. SNAP benefits are going through and everything like that. She's saying, I'm going to send money to people in need. Uh, you know, then you kind of think, is it a scam or not? And a lot of people were questioning that. And she started sending money to a whole bunch of people. And apparently, she sent money to 50,000 people, or $50,000 in relief for people struggling with groceries, and people who don't have SNAP benefits, who are a low class. I don't want to say poor because it's kind of a very rude term to use, and it doesn't feel right and appropriate. So she basically said, leave your payment method on, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatever the case may be. And a lot of people did it. A lot of people did it, and a lot of people didn't get the help that they needed. And it made me really, really sad, because, I got a TikTok account. So on TikTok, people were posting their payment method, a lot of Cash Apps, people, and they were posting pictures of their empty fridges and stuff like that and explaining their situation. I just felt so bad. And I was thinking, what, I'm struggling, so why don't I give it a shot? So I tried contacting this person in all her platforms, YouTube, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, uh, what else? What else am I missing? I think that's it. So I just tried, and it just kind of got to me because I wasn't chosen. So I didn't get the help that I need. A lot of other people said, I never get this. I never get the help that I need. Some people just don't get the help that I need. Some people need it more than me. And all that stuff. And I guess it could have just been the day. It could have been the holiday blues are hitting me right now. Typically the holidays, as Sinatra says, the most wonderful time of the year, but the most uplifting time of the year people who go through things, death in the family, and what have you. So I was just really kind of crying a lot, and it just hurt. Just grief for sure, but I guess disappointment and defeat, because I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe she'll help me out too. I explained my situation to this individual who, yeah, is people say stuff about her and stuff like that, and it is what it is. She's an OnlyFans content creator. She's done OnlyFans, but she's doing a very generous thing by helping a lot of people. Obviously those people appreciate that. But I just tried to send this person DM. Said, look, I'm struggling right now. My father died 6 years ago. I've got a mother with mental illness. Things have gone south. I just saw what would happen. Said, maybe, maybe I'll wake up to a surprise. Maybe I'll get a couple $100. Because this person did seem genuine. She was doing it from her heart. She's donated $121,000 to feeding home, I think it is. She's done a lot of generous donations. She's had she's a lot of people have her opinion about her, but it is what it is. People aren't perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. When you're struggling, yeah, you reach out for help. And a lot of people tried to do that. A lot of people didn't get that help. Again, including myself. So it just disappointed me a lot. So I kind of went on there and left a message, and I next said, I guess you don't really want to help me, and emotions kind of took over, and it's an easy thing to do. Again, maybe she's still doing it. Maybe maybe there'll be a surprise. I don't know. But I'd appreciate anything, obviously, because I am struggling. I'm absolutely struggling, and since my father died, nothing has ever been the same. Nothing has ever been the same. And my mother, I worry about her mental health every single day. I worry about her every single day. The way I'm looking at it is she's got to get taken care of before me. It's always been my prerogative. I'm 35 next year, sadly, getting older, and I just need a lot of help. And I go back to this little contract thing that I signed. That's just been. I really don't want to speak on that. Because at the end of the day, that is fraud. Writing up a contract and not paying someone, saying you're going to pay someone and then you don't. That's fraud. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Other than that, my pellets told me, I hadn't cleaned it in a few days, so I cleaned it today, so that's good. It's getting cold. Holidays are here, holiday blues. We're on to 2026. Vehicle inspections here. Won't be having those anymore, so, some people say it's good, bad. Obviously, it's good because you save money. You don't have to pay that $60 anymore, depending on where you go. So that's where I'm at right now. Again, apologize for a lack of, posting the journal entries that I usually do, the timestamps. That's just something that I do. I'm just gonna say, as far as GTA 6 is concerned, or Grand Theft Auto 6, just really, I don't want to say I'm done and over with that, but it's the point's very, very clear what it is, and it's not to many other people, but excuse me, this is just like an inside job. It really is. At this point, it's just a huge joke. This thing's just going to keep getting delayed over and over again, and Rockstar is just making a point saying that it's not real. It's not real. But we're just gonna see what everyone's reaction is and go along with it. I've been going along with it, and it's driven me kind of crazy, but I'm still standing, still standing. But it does hurt, when you feel like, your struggle's not enough of a struggle to get help. And I did kind of feel that way, and sometimes I still do feel that way, But thank you so much for watching. I'm Aaron, founder and CEO of 28 Games. Crazy, ambitious, clumsy, historic. Be well, be safe out there. Hug your loved ones. And know the best is ahead, no matter what. And all my best to all of you. I'll be around, doing what I usually do. And I appreciate all your support through 2025. And, it helps a lot, I appreciate it very much. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you around. All right. Bye-bye.